Today we are going to talk about the 5 major elastic problems you have when sewing lingerie and how to fix them. Number 1, when your elastic goes wavy, a little bit, oh, get it the right way, a little bit like this, as you can see on the leg. It's not sitting flat and it's going a little bit wayward. This has occurred because when the elastic got stretched while sewing, the fabric also got stretched. So they're two forces that are being stretched differently, and then when it releases, the elastic wants to go back. And usually if the fabric is not stretched, when the elastic goes back, it gathers it all and it looks lovely. When the fabric has been stretched as well as the elastic, when it all goes back, you get the waviness. To eliminate this, ensure that 1, you're not pulling your elastic too much, 2, the fabric that you're sewing onto is not being stretched as well. Number 2, the elastic is too tight. On stretch fabrics, you'll see how gathered it all is. This is okay on non-stretch because you need to bring it back in after it goes over your hip, so you need the elastics to hug the body. But on stretch fabrics, when you see that, it has been applied too tight. To eliminate this, you just don't need to pull your elastic so much. I usually have a mark on my sewing machine about 6 centimeters from the needle. I'll do a mark and then I'll do another mark approximately 3 mil or 5 mil depending on where I am sewing, and I'll just pull that little bit, and what that does is keeps the elastic consistent the whole way round and just brings it all in. Another way to eliminate this problem would be to pin it, measure your elastics, pin it in half and in quarters, so you get that really nice consistency of the elastic going around the body. Number 3 would be if your elastics are too baggy. This can occur, say, if you are trying to hang it and you can see it just really flipping over. This fabric hasn't much stretch, so the elastic should have been ideally gathered in more to keep it all together rather than flipping over at the top. A way to eliminate this would be to pull the elastic a little bit more to get that tightness, and this can also occur if the elastic is too heavy for the material. Now I've used a 30mm brush back, which is pushing it a little bit for the delicateness of this fabric, and as you can see, the elastic's too heavy and it is flipping over at the back and also at the front, so I would have to just use a lighter elastic. Number 4, we on 4? We are 4. Number 4 would be if your elastic is turning. This is if you have done a channel for, say, shorts, pajama bottoms, the bottom of a bra of the elastic, and it's twisting inside. A way to eliminate this would be called stitch in the ditch, and where you join your elastics, go down through the elastics through the seam, and this just ensures that the elastic hasn't got as much freedom in the channel and therefore it won't twist. Number 5 would be broken stitches, or I like to call it cracking stitches, where that sound, and that is because you haven't sewn the elastic on with the right stitch. You need to sew your elastic on with a zigzag or a 3-step stitch, and what that does, when the elastic gets stretched, the stitching can also get stretched with it, therefore it won't crack. That sound you heard just on this sample here, I sewed on a straight stitch, so the stitching had nowhere to go but to crack and to snap when it was stretched. And that's it. 5 common problems when sewing with elastics and how to solve them. If you would like to know more about elastics and components and fabrics in general, I run a wonderful course all about elastics and components and fabrics, delving deep into lingerie types, what to use on what type of the bra, what to use when. I also talk about how to sew with them, lengths of stitch, width of stitch and everything like that, so you can produce the most beautiful looking lingerie.